Hi guys! So I'm making this video to share with you guys my ear stretching story and the reason why I started stretching my lobes. So starting out, I get a lot of flack about my ears. I get why are you doing that to yourself? You're too pretty for that. Why are you mutilating yourself, as my mother said to me. Um, my sister and me no longer speak, partly because of my ears and my hair was one of them. Um, I mean, I get a lot of flack for it from people who don't understand what the significance of my lobes mean to me. I get strangers. Why would you do that to yourself? Oh my God, that's crazy. Oh god damn, like wow, that's a big ass hole. And like they don't know. I laugh it off because they don't know me. They don't know my reasoning as to why I started stretching my ears. Now, to give you a backstory, okay, I have I have been depressed nearly my entire life. But it started to get really bad when I was about 8 years old. That's when I started putting on a lot of weight. My dad died at that point. And, I was basically feeling like I'm alone. And I still feel like that today. But I have Athena. And, I know I'm not alone. But I do feel like that. I feel like I just have Athena sometimes. Um, I don't really have many people that know me, like truly know me, aside from you guys, because I tell my YouTubers pretty much everything about me. Everything about me is on my YouTube channel. It is my way of being myself because I am not myself in my real life. I am not. I'm very much an introvert. I keep to myself. I don't speak to many people. I stay in the house. I don't go anywhere. I'm a very quiet person. With that being said, being that I keep to myself and all that, the times where I did try to venture out and do things differently, meet new people, do different things, is when I've been hurt. And, you know, more things after the next. Now, when I was 8, again, is when I started feeling very depressed. That's where the weight came and all these other issues. And my depression went untreated for years until I was 24 years old is when I started to get help for my depression. I am now 27 years old. I have been stretching my ears for 3 years since I was 24 years old when I had my daughter. Now, the reason why my depression went untreated is because I had no insurance and I didn't really think that therapy would help my situation. But when I started spiraling deeper and deeper into depression, I had a little bit of postpartum depression also after I had my daughter, which is why I went into therapy, because I didn't want to do anything to hurt my baby or myself, because women with postpartum depression can do that. I did not want to be one of those women. So when I started getting help for my depression, I thought to myself, I want to do something else. to commemorate and help me remember this experience of me getting help, trying to get out of depression. So I thought of a tattoo, and I was like, no, because a tattoo can't really change. It's there, but it can't change. You can't decorate a tattoo. It's already a decoration, of course, but you can't decorate it like you can with stretching your ears. So I decided to start stretching my ears. And I said to myself, this would be a way for me to kind of help me not focus so much on depression, but focus on something else, but kind of decorate and celebrate my way of dealing with my depression, which is why I say that my ears mean a lot to me. My lobes, they mean a lot. They have important an important significance in my life, even though they are just my lobes, yes, but they are different from other people's lobes. They are very different. You don't see many people with stretched ears unless you're on the internet, or you just so happen to run across them in public or something. So it's very different, but I wanted to decorate my lobes. I wanted to do something different. So ear stretching was one of the things that I thought about. And I said, forget it. I ordered my first stretching kit, and I took it from there. And I bought myself very beautiful pieces of jewelry. So whenever I wear my jewelry and I look in the mirror and I see I have these pretty sunflower plugs, and I'll put them in, and I just get so happy when I see how beautiful my ears look, how beautiful they make me look. And Patrick has said to me that he thinks that me wearing my plugs make me look more attractive. And that is because I feel very good about them. I feel very good going out in public, regardless of any type of feedback I may get about my lobes. I still feel very good about them. I love how they look. I love the jewelry selection. I can get different types of jewelry and wear different types of stone and wood and metals, titanium, bone. I mean, there is so many different types of ways I can decorate myself and celebrate my happiness with coming out of depression. It sounds weird, okay, but it's not weird to me, because my way of thinking is very different from other people. I've noticed that a lot. I don't think the same way as other people do. Every once in a blue moon, I will meet another person who thinks the way that I do, and we end up connecting. But being that I'm very much an introvert, I don't really talk to many people. I don't have any friends because I don't trust people, and I don't have many friends. But again, my way of thinking is very different, which is why it makes a lot of sense to me and probably not to you. But that's what I'm trying to explain. But yeah, I feel very good about my lobes. I went to work today and I wore these just plain black tunnels today because I downsized. Um, I do plan on stretching again because I want to go to a bigger size. And I believe that's why I'm not done either, is because I'm not completely out of depression. I am going through a lot of medical issues at this moment. And the fact that I go through a lot of that, it keeps me up at night and all that. But sometimes I'll just get a mirror. I literally will get a mirror, look in the mirror and look at my ears and get extremely happy. Like, that's how much happiness they bring me, because I can see my different types of jewelry and I say, wow, it makes me so happy. Like, it really makes me happy. They mean a lot to me, as opposed to other people thinking that it's mutilation. Not really, they're not fully understanding the beauty of it all. You know, they're not really understanding, because it's weird to them, it's different to them, but they don't understand how beautiful it is to a person who has them. It may just be a fashion statement to other people. You know, they just get it because of how it looks and things of that nature, but that is not my reasoning for getting them. My reasoning for getting them was to help me deal with my depression. Have something on myself that I can look in the mirror and feel very happy about. Because there are some days where I can look in the mirror and I feel very ugly. I feel fat on my bloated days. I feel like so many things are wrong with my face. I feel like, why can't I change this? Why can't I change that? I look in the mirror and think those things, but not anymore. Sometimes it will happen now that I look in the mirror and think those things. But other times, when I feel like that, I look in the mirror and I see my lobes, I'll feel very good and I'll smile, because they bring me that happiness that I need in my life. So, yeah, it's extremely long. Not as long as some of my previous videos, but I'm pretty sure you guys get the gist of why I started stretching my ears and why I will continue to stretch them. I am not done. I am resting at this moment. I'm probably not going to stretch for another year or two, probably a little longer than that, because I do have a blowout. But I do plan to get my ears repaired, and I was also thinking about getting my ears scalpeled. So yeah, those are some future videos coming up there. But yeah, anyway, that's it, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.